So tell us, Beth, you are participating in the Tree of Life Puzzle Mystery Quilt, and you have
Yes.
selected the colorway Olive Grove. So
Oh my
tell me
goodness.
about your fabric choice and how you got to that colorway.
It's gorgeous. Let me just say that. I literally last month, I guess this month, I was like, Austin, look at this fabric. Look at it. Look at it. No, really, look at it real close. Isn't this beautiful? And then I also signed up and I bought a whole other kit. So I'm doing two colorways. I'm doing one as an ambassador with you guys and one personally on the side.
So,
Yeah.
so Beth, tell us, for anyone who's debating whether or not to join the mystery, why should they join the Puzzle Mystery Quilt?
Oh my goodness, where to even begin? So, I think, and I feel like I have said this in my takeover and when we did the reveal for Prairie Village, it is manageable. Okay, how many block of the month
From the
or
ultimate, like, I have no time in my life person, for you to
yes,
say it's manageable, right? That's
yes,
really easy. Yes.
yes, it is. A it's a sweet little slice of my sewing time where I don't have to worry and I don't have to like. This sounds crazy, but I don't fully have to use my brain, right? Like I literally am pulling it. The most brain activity that I am using at that point is making sure that I'm matching and I'm using my code and like this is fabric A, this is fabric B, this is fabric C. That's it. Once that's all organized and laid out and I'm following the clues, I am just mindlessly sewing at that point. And while I'm doing that, I'm accomplishing something that I haven't accomplished in any other block of the month program, right? Like they are so time consuming and there's room for error. That's out of the window on here. Like you can just open up your package and start sewing. And mom of four, business owner, wife, all of these things are very demanding. So it's nice to have something that's a little less demanding. And you get a quilt at the end that's beautiful. Like I was stunned by how beautiful my first quilt came out. So I was like, yeah, I'm signing up for two on this one. I might give one to a family member if I really love them, or I might just keep both of them.
Hi everyone, my name is Amber and I am the owner of So Majestic, and I am so excited to be an ambassador for Cotton Cuts, and I am taking over their social media for the weekend. So I hope you're gonna enjoy tuning in and seeing the different videos. Make sure you check out the stories because one of the best things that we're doing is we are also doing a giveaway. So please make sure that you check it out and that you join because this giveaway is good.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Facebook. Good morning, Instagram. Good morning, YouTube. It is Thursday. It is 9:30 Cotton Cuts time. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. So we've got a pretty exciting content show today. Unfortunately, I won't have a super awesome guest flying in to talk to, but I hope you go back and watch those videos with Beth. She was awesome. That was a super fun interview. And yesterday we talked to Emily Tyndall. I love interviewing folks because their stories are all so different and so unique. And I learn something every time, be it a new piece of technology or a new technique. So if you guys are not watching those interviews, definitely go back and check them out. So here we are. It's Thursday. It is St. Louis. So last week we were at the end of our first fake spring. We're back in fake spring here, people. It is like 70 degrees today. Lincoln and Dominic are wearing shorts to school because, well, I mean, to be clear, they would wear shorts if it was snowing, but they're wearing shorts today. So, it's beautiful. We are outside. We are enjoying the weather. We're getting back into our spring sports. And so I hope it is warming up where you are. I know there's still snow and ice, and the part of me knows that winter isn't over yet, but that's okay. All right. So we have an awesome show. We're going to give some stuff away. We're going to talk about a special project we do here at Cotton Cuts that I love and I'm a big supporter of. And we're going to give some things away. But we're going to start, as we always do, with questions submitted from you. And so if you want to submit a question for us to answer, discuss in our next live, simply head to cottoncuts.com/live. Enter your question there and our team will submit it to me. They hand these to me like this morning. So we'll see how it goes. All right. So the first question comes to us from Greta Sobel. Hey, I know Greta is here. I saw Greta say good morning to everybody. Good morning, Greta. What type of thread is best to use in a domestic sewing machine? Cotton versus polyester. Can you use the same brand type in a mid/long arm? Which brand type do you prefer? Okay, so we're going to be kind of, I know probably a third of this question, Greta, so I'm hoping some folks can chime in that are watching us. So what type of thread is best to use in a domestic sewing machine? So it depends. This is my best answer to literally all these questions is it depends. Every sewing machine is different. And I know for me, I have to find the best thread for my machine. Like Orfil, one of my machines absolutely hates Orfil. I love Orfil thread. It is super high quality. It is super great cotton. But one of my machines, it lints and it shreds and it tears it apart. And so I have to change it out depending on the machine that I am in. One of my sewing machines will only use Gutermann. I have literally no idea why, but it's not worth the fight for me to try and force the wrong type of thread into the machine. So with respect to what I use, I prefer Gutermann and Orfil. I'm a white, black, and gray type of person. So our Cotton Cuts Essentials thread membership is the right one for me because it gives me white, black, and gray, which is really kind of where I do the vast majority of my sewing. The cotton versus polyester question. So we had a big debate and discussion at our guild meeting about cotton versus polyester. We had everyone stand up and go to the side of the room with respect to the thread that you use. And it was pretty evenly divided. I was kind of surprised. And so how it gets that way is that there is this school of thought that says you should match thread, the thread to your fabric. So if you're sewing with cotton fabric, you should use cotton thread. If you're using a polyester fabric, you should use a polyester thread. The idea is to kind of match the thread to the fabric that you're sewing. That is the old school thought. Me, I am if it's here and it's available, I'm going to sew with it. There is some thought that if you're making a quilt for historical purposes to be looked at in a museum, that you should never use polyester thread because polyester thread in quilting cotton is said to degrade. Since it's stronger than the cotton, it will hold its shape longer than the cotton will. And over time, it can actually cut the cotton thread, leading to degradation of the quilt. I mean, mind you, I don't know how long everyone else is planning on living, but cotton degrading at the same rate of polyester. I mean, this sounds like something for quilts that are in a different class than the ones that I am gifting to my nephews or to my niece. Those types of quilts are just meant to be durable. They're meant to be loved. If they fall apart, great. To me, I don't know of any 18-month-old that's really looking and saying that's polyester thread, not cotton. I don't want this quilt. But I mean, if it matters to you, then definitely match your thread to the type of fabric that you are using. And so my domestic machine is almost fully loaded with Gutermann and Orfil. Those are the ones I use, but I have no doubt other people use different things. Leave those in the comments, share it. If you're like, I'm a Wonderfil fan and everything I use is Wonderfil, that's great. I've used Wonderfil 80 weight when I've done some paper piecing that's tiny. I didn't really like it in the machine. It's a polyester, but it was perfect for the project because I needed a smaller thread. Try it, see what you like, and go with that. So let's see. So the mid-arm, long arm. So Greta, you've stumped me on that one. So I've actually never used a mid-arm or a long arm sewing machine. I have no doubt there are long armers in our group that if you want to pose that question there, Greta, and see kind of what they use. I know you have to use larger cones because you're going through a larger volume of thread when you're quilting on a mid-arm versus a long arm. And so you have to use bigger cones. They have to be top wound. That is the extent of my knowledge on those. So you, Greta, congratulations, have stumped me today. But I have no doubt people can give you comments and questions. And if you still don't get an answer, then pop over to the Cotton Cuts Fabric Facebook group. And I know we have a whole plethora of knowledge and information there from that audience. So thank you for the question, Greta. Our next question comes from Ruth Kranick. Have you ever considered making a quilt label for the PMQ series quilts? I know I would like to purchase one if you did. So Ruth, your question is super timely. There's a member on my team who is sourcing quilt labels for our mysteries as we speak. And so we're actually going to be doing them a little differently. In the past, we've gotten fabric that we have printed and we've made kind of a square, and it has the name of the mystery and the date, and it has the mystery and it has the date, and you can stitch it into your quilt. It's typically big, and we like to put little funny sayings on it, like made with blood, sweat, and tears, or curse words, or I only had to rip it out once. Like, we try to do funny, but then we do serious, like made with love. So you can use them for your quilts. But we're going to be partnering with a different company to do a different type of label that is going to have funny sayings, and it's going to have serious things, and it'll have actually for Carnival. So if you sign up for Carnival, you're going to get one of these. It'll have Carnival PMQ, and it'll have the dates on it. So you can sew them into your quilt. These are cute, like embroidered labels that you can stitch into your binding, and they'll be coming. So if you don't want to miss out for Tree of Life, I suggest you get your order in, because we're going to have quilt labels for those as well. It's a great idea. It's fun. We've talked about quilt labels in our live last week, and just the different ways in which people can get creative with that. This is one way in which we're interpreting it. And I have no doubt if you guys have other ideas, then definitely put them out there. We are always listening. We are always ears. Thank you for the question, Ruth. I appreciate it. All right. So if you have a question for next week, simply go to cottoncuts.com/live and we will answer it here. Every time we do this, we give stuff away because it's fun and you're spending time in your day with us, and we appreciate that and love it. So today we're going to be giving away one of our snippet bags. And so these are, it's an interesting kind of bag for us, right? So we die cut about 100,000 pieces of fabric a month. That's a lot of die cutting. And so Beth actually talked, not Beth, Emily talked about her AccuQuilt and die cutting. And every time you take a strip of fabric with the fabric and cut out triangles, there's always residual left behind. I'm a quilter, guys. I can't throw that stuff away. It is super valuable. Like, there are so many creative people in this group that can do so much fun stuff with it. So what we do is we package it up and we mail it out. It's a subscription. It comes to you every month until you cancel it. And it is a grab bag of fabric. We sell these at cost. So it is $10, which covers the cost of shipping and the cost of the packaging. And what you get is a cute little bag like this. And it is an assorted bag of fabrics. It has lots of, I've used these for strips for foundation paper piecing. Like if I need just a little bit of fabric, these things are my jam. I have had people who are selvage collectors who like these, because when we take our with the fabric and fold it, we always have a nice long 12 to 15 inch piece of selvage that you don't want die cut and in your quilt, but we will package up into these bags. If you are a selvage collector, this is for you for sure. And so I have actually a sample of what one of the pieces looks like inside, so you guys can see, like, there's chunks of this pretty healthy fabric in this, right? And so we don't want it to go to waste. We don't need it to fill a landfill, but we also don't want to send it to a reprocessing company for them to cut it down and put as filling in something else. So we use those for you guys. They are going to ship tomorrow. So it's not too late to get in if you want to get one going this month or next month. But we're going to give one away. So stay to the end of our broadcast to be entered to get one that's going to ship to you tomorrow. All right. So don't forget, if you're watching us on Facebook and on YouTube, accept the terms and conditions. I see lots of people that are leaving comments now. So I see Elizabeth does not like cotton thread as it sheds a lot and fuzz. Yes, that is the kind of the biggest downside to cotton thread, is that it does shed a lot because it's made of cotton. And so it depends on at the manufacturer how they heat it to finish it to determine if it sheds a lot, or if it is double heated. So it's typically sheds a little less than others. So again, it's just manufacturer and your machine. And then there's 40 weight, 50 weight, 80 weight. It's all these variables. I would suggest just going and getting a coupon and grabbing a whole bunch and trying and seeing what works. Okay, it's not too late to sign up for our Tree of Life Puzzle Mystery Quilt. This week in the shop, we are working on Clue 2. If you can believe it, like February, holy short month. And so Clue 2 is going to ship next week to everybody. So it is not too late, but it is getting close to too late. Many colorways are permanently sold out. You can definitely join today. We'll get you caught up and get you on track with everyone else that's currently participating. That's kind of what we like to do, is everyone kind of going forward together. Clue 8, guys, if you can believe it, Carnival Clue 8 is shipping tomorrow. And thank you all so I can't even imagine how patient everyone has been this past month with all the shipping delays. As we know, the post office is upgoing a system upgrade. I am optimistic that the upgrade will be better than the current state. So they've got to work out bugs. Just like everyone else, you try something new for the first time, there's bugs. It's unfortunate that the bugs are going to make 7 arrive after 8 for some people, but if it's not there, guys, just let us know. We'll get you all caught up. We definitely want to do that. Okay. Today's big topic is the Cotton Cuts Charity Quilt. And so this is something we've done in the past. It's been a little bit, and we're bringing it back. And so this is a great way to get people involved in the mystery quilt that are sewing influencers, that are celebrities, if you will. to create a quilt that we will then raffle off and raise money for our partner, for our design partner that So Powerful, who makes bags and purses for girls in Africa to carry around menstrual products so they can stay in school, because typically in certain areas of the world, if you are on your period, you cannot go to school. And so by having menstrual bags, these girls can stay in school and can stay on track for their education. So that is our charity partner that'll be the recipient from the raffle. Now, what this means is we have gathered 10 influencers from the sewing universe, and we have aggregated them in order. Each person is going to be sewing one of the clues of the mystery quilt. So month one will be, I got the list, it's me. So I've already sewn this and signed it. So month one is me. Month two is Pippa Shaw. So Pippa actually designed the woodland fabric. She is going to be sewing a mystery quilt using fabric she designed. It's kind of cool. And then she's going to sign it and send it back to us. Then for month three, we have Chris Marchini, who's Rose City Originals. We have Erin Standage, who's Quilting Rebel. Christy Lee, Quiet Play. I love Christy Lee, by the way. Quiet Play are my favorite foundation paper piecing patterns. If you haven't been following Christy, like, get on that. Quiet Play. Then we have Deborah Fisher from Fish Museum. So Fish Museum, she does these crazy like ceramic, cute little animals, pin cushions, thread catchers, and it's crazy. She puts them on our website and they're sold out in like 20 minutes. I love, love, love Fish Museum. Leslie Storts at Leslie Storts, she does salt canister pin cushions. So she goes to antique shops. She gets those kind of antique little salt dispensers and makes them into cute little pin cushions. Leslie Cephalou at the Crafty Quilter, and then Stephanie Sobing at Quilt Addicts Anonymous. We've got a huge rotation here, guys. And so each person is going to get one of the clues from Woodland. They're going to sew it together, sign it, send it back to us. We are then going to put all the clues together into a finished quilt, and we're raffling it off. And all the tickets purchased, 100% of the proceeds will go to So Powerful. Cotton Cuts will match the donation as well, so we can continue to support this awesome organization. To learn more about it, hit to the bit.ly on the screen right now, bit.ly/tree of life/charity chest quilt. Just follow the screen. Don't listen to me. Just do what's on the screen and in the comments. And so you can learn more about the raffle. You can see the clues as they come together. Each one of these lovely individuals has volunteered to not only sew it, but they're going to put out pictures on their social channels. They're going to put out blogs, so we can all maximize the impact and the donation that we give to So Powerful. Plus, one lucky person is going to win that actual quilt that's signed by all these lovely individuals as well. And they get to choose how they want the long arming pattern to be. And then we pay for all that, because you're going to want this finished quilt. We're not going to send you a quilt top that you have to finish later. That's silly. We'll finish it for you and we'll send it off to you. We've done this before. People always love these quilts. It's kind of fun to have them around, and just there's a whole bunch of story to it. Okay, if you have any questions, put them in the comments. My team is watching as we go. Okay, so that's really kind of the key things that I wanted to talk about today. And so be looking out on all these channels as they sew these clues and as they come together, and support them as much as they are supporting us. Nobody's getting paid to do this. They're all doing it out of the kindness of their hearts. And so go to their channels, like, comment, give them some splash. Don't forget, so I'm sorry, I'm being told by Paula. So Paula is going to be a character that we're going to talk about on lives going forward. Paula absolutely hates getting in front of the camera, guys. Like, she adamantly avoids this. So she is this imaginary character that I will just occasionally talk to, because she runs in front and reminds me of all the things that I'm supposed to be saying, that she wants me to say, that I forget to say. So Paula, who we will probably never see in front of the camera, just reminded me that the raffle tickets are $5. And so I think you get 6 entries for $5. I don't know. Go to the website, check it all out. It is all there. So thank you, Paula, for reminding me. I was remiss to say that. Okay. So don't forget our organization for Cotton Cuts Cares this month. I have to remember, it's 7 days, 1 week. If you join our classic, our Chroma Super Pop, our Modern Maker, or Java, we will give $5 to Kennel Quilts, guys, near and dear to my heart. That little puppy that we've been fostering is going to become a permanent fixture in our house. He is so adorable. There are a lot of organizations out there that are rescuing dogs. I know there's an organization here that just went to the islands, to the Virgin Islands, and rescued a whole bunch of dogs. They were going to completely do a whole kill of the whole shelter, which is just beyond heartbreaking. They're on an island. They don't have the resources to support these dogs. Rescue organizations went, rescued all these dogs, and brought them to the United States. They're doing good work, guys. Help us support them to continue to support their mission, and we can all do good together. Now, before I sign off, I want to talk about our Rosa Awards. So each week, we give a Rosa Award in our Cotton Cuts fabric group. If you're not a member, simply head to the link. Paula, the infamous Paula, is going to put it on the screen for Facebook and YouTube right now. Head to the Cotton Cuts fabric group and join. And each week, our team kind of checks the look and checks to see who's being, super cool or friendly or helpful or resourceful or just basically doing really good work in that Facebook group to keep it healthy. And so we pick someone and we give them free stuff. We give them an award, a prize. Every Friday, we call it the Rosa Award. Rosa is the name of our logo. And so this week, we have a very special Rosa Award to give. So we received an email from a member to our customer service, and she wanted to express her sincere appreciation for a member of our community. And so I wanted to read this letter. This person is going to be our Rosa Award winner this week because this exemplifies like literally everything we stand for at Cotton Cuts, and it's so important and meaningful. So the nomination came from Heather Oye. Heather, thank you so much for sending us an email. And she is wanting to nominate Greta Sobel as the winner for our Rosa Award this week. I really should have nominated Greta Sobel a long time ago. A few years back, my brother-in-law, her husband, was in a truck accident. We thought we were going to lose him, so I rushed to Texas to be with my sister, Greta. Her husband pulled through with lots of broken bones, but another truly great thing that happened was our reconnecting. Greta got me interested in quilting again. I had taken a course in college entitled Needle Arts, where I made a baby quilt hand sewn. Then life got in the way, and 20 plus years later, I find myself bonding with my sister over fabric and a shared new, for me, passion. Greta went through her huge fabric stash and just started giving me lots of pieces she didn't want or had duplicates of. That was in December of 2021. She showed me this program she was on where she was monthly putting together this mystery quilt. She convinced me that I should try it out, and So Sweet became my first PMQ ever. We text daily. We buy fabric together. We send pictures of fabric we have bought or gadgets to each other. She texts or emails to let me know where there's a good deal happening. We buy each other the special boxes at Christmas time for the advent calendars. We were close as kids, but our lives are totally different. So we didn't hang in the same circles, and phone calls were always few and far between. But it was her and quilting that brought us back together, and we are closer now than we have ever been. If the Rosa program still exists, it does, Heather. I would like to nominate Greta Sobel for this award. She truly is a blessing to me in the quilting world. I don't tell her that enough. All right, so Greta, like all the feels. Heather, thank you so much for sending this note to us. Like this makes my customer service team so happy when we hear things like this. So Greta, you are this week's Rosa winner. So definitely like sneak peek. The post is going to be up tomorrow. When we see that post in the Cotton Cuts Facebook group, if you guys go in and give Greta lots of love for reconnecting with her sister. So our question this week, wherever you are watching this video to be entered to win the snippet, is going to be, tell us about a time where sewing has brought you closer to someone in your life. Perhaps it's something like Heather's story. Perhaps it's just you were on a trip and you found a stranger and you bonded over sewing. So wherever you are, Facebook, on Instagram, on YouTube, just tell us a story about a time where sewing was able to connect you with someone that you had perhaps been distanced with for a while. And we'll pick one lucky winner, and you're going to get a snippet bag to play with in your spare time. Okay, that is all for me today. Thank you all so much for taking some time out of your day to join us. And join us next week at 9:30, and we will have more awesome stuff to share with everybody. Thank you guys so much, and have a great rest of your week. Bye now.